Okay guys, low-key, I am making it, just so you know, I am reviewing and submitting my UCAS. It's the 14th of October at 8:41 p.m. Oh wait, I should actually read this through though. That is true, I do not have any previous surnames. I do not have dual nationality. God, I'm so funny, because, no, okay, this is actually taking longer than I thought, but I have no disabilities that we know of. I've not served in the armed forces. I feel like these are all quite, okay, now this is very, very scary. Oh wait, no, yes, no, those are my A-levels. English, math, psychology, EPQ. No, I don't know why they're so pressed though, like. Don't submit your UCAS, submit your UCAS! Okay guys, this is my UCAS. Wait, oh wait, I want to take like a picture of my personal statement. I'll be back. Okay, so you've probably just seen my choices. I'm actually in Andrews, Oxford, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Durham. Okay, I suppose accept and proceed. Oh, what the fuck is this? Update your marketing preferences. Fuck you. Accept and proceed. I would like clearing details, especially if I don't get into anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, I'm gonna take a video of all these things so that I don't have to read it now. No! Okay, no, I do have to read it. Happy you understand its content. My posture is so bad right now, don't come at me. The declaration set up. How we verify the information? We may take any necessary steps to check with you and other parties, including universities, colleges, and examination awarding bodies, whether the information we've provided is accurate and complete. If we or a university or college have any reason to believe that you or your referee have, if we or a university or college have any reason to believe that you or your resident, but why the fuck have they repeated that? Left out any relevant information, which I definitely have. To name one further maths GCSE, or in fact my distinct lack of one, but I'm gonna pretend I forgot about it because I have. I've got my posture like dead ass. I'm just okay. This is the time situation. Jen is staying up, waiting for me. But yeah, given false or misleading information. Diverse information is relevant. That's fine. Your personal statement must be completed by you, and we do undertake checks. Well, it is my own work. I know that. Your identity, your qualifications, your employment history. I've not had a job. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh my god. There's so much shit to fucking read. What the hell? I'm gonna get back to you. Okay guys, so I've just so it says, thank you, you have successfully submitted your application. It's now with your school, college or centre to be reviewed and sent to UCAS. Eek! That's so fun, but actually that's not how I thought this worked. I thought I was the one who sent it off. So I feel a bit disrespected. Like I genuinely thought after I clicked that button, like I've always been scared this whole time that I'm going to accidentally send off my UCAS, and apparently that wasn't even a thing I could do. And like my plan was, even if like everyone rejected my personal statement, I was going to be like, oh guys, I sent it off anyway, sorry, because like I was like, I'm going to apply to fucking Oxford, no matter if it kills. But it's hikey done. If the college doesn't send it through, then that's actually not my fault, and I'm gonna fucking 8:52 p.m. on the 14th of October, but it's actually not that late. Like there's still like 21 hours until the deadline, so I'm actually early. Who is she? Okay guys, you might not see me again until the next time you hear from me will be when I either get a offer or a rejection, or I have to do something. So thank you, I'll be back. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, today has been the most fuck-ass day, like, ever. Yeah, my point is that I was just sat on the loo, and then I got an email, UCAS, saying my thing had been updated, okay? So it's currently the, 24th of October, so it's been like, it's been just over a week, like it's Friday, and I submitted my thing last Wednesday. So So yeah, I submitted my thing last Wednesday, and you've got to understand I've been like eager to get something, but basically for some reason today's been a weird ass fucking day, in that it started off just like really, I can't do this, and then I was in maths. I got a bit emotional in maths, I won't lie. And then I came home early because my lesson like was cancelled. Not really, yeah it was. And then, but I've been about, I cried for like maybe an hour and a half. My eyes have been quite sore since then. I was downstairs and I watched Sweeney Todd, hour and 20 minutes of Sweeney Todd, so that's not the point. And then I came upstairs and I had an email, and it was, I had a couple emails actually, Oxford, telling me that I'd been applied, what's the word? I'd been allocated to Lady Margaret Hall College. So I'm really hoping it's not, but that might just be what my thing is right now. I did my admissions test yesterday and I fucked that shit up. So I'm kind of ruled out Oxford. Fucked up in a really bad ways, and I guessed the last 10 questions, and I also guessed the 40 before that. So do I think I've made it in the upper quartile? No I don't. So I just got a message from the NHS, which I was on my phone on the loo looking up my appointment because I've got an appointment for my ears now. And then I swiped down, there was another Outlook, and I was like, fucking hell, like everyone's trying to hit me up today. And it was whatever you call it, UCAS. So here we are. I'm going to have to log in. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. That's so fuck ass. Oh my god. Hey. I don't know if you saw, I got an offer from Glasgow. To be honest with you, I was literally in the bathroom and I was like, if this is a rejection from Glasgow, it's just gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, it's such a liminal day. But yeah, I got an offer from Glasgow, which is better than a rejection. Oh, only have to get an AAB, including a humanities. And then it says, plus evidence of GCSE mathematics already achieved as stated on your UCAS application. Bitch, don't even, you know I already did that. And then it also says this offer is based on restoration of UK fee status and your declaration that you do not require a visa, which I don't. But it also says, why is it written in like poetry? Like, do you see this? It says full offer. I thought it was supposed to say like conditional offer. This offer is subject to you obtaining GCA level grades AAB, which is easy as fuck. I can get that. Like, sure. And my maths teacher literally told me earlier that, in the kindest way possible, she said this, that I might be getting an A in maths rather than A star. But it's early days, guys, it's early days. That is part of the reason why I was spiraling earlier though. But this is cool. An offer from Glasgow. Yay! Yay! That's fun. I'm gonna go tell my sister and maybe text it to my mum. Apparently this happened half an hour ago. No fucking way was I on the loo for that long. Okay guys, it's actually the next day, and this has just hit me. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I just looked at my phone, and I've received 2 emails from UCAS track UCAS. Fuck, I don't know what I'm saying. But I've received 2 emails, which is a bit weird, like 2 separate ones. Like one was 20 minutes ago and the other one was 7 minutes ago. And yeah, so for reference, I got my Glasgow thing yesterday and my hair looks awful, but I don't care. It's one of those kind of days. This is actually very nerve-wracking. I don't like it because I'm really scared. Oh, that's so boring. No, it's just that my Oxford application's been changed. I haven't received anything else. This one is just that my Oxford thing's been updated because the location's been changed, which is so much fun. Woo! I genuinely thought I'd have more decisions. Hello. So it's currently 7:08 a.m. that is, on the 19th of November 2025, as you would. And essentially, my fingers are going pale because it's fucking freezing. I'll be honest, yesterday I did get an offer from Edinburgh. Amazing. That would have sent nearly from a couple months ago into extreme bliss because Edinburgh was her favourite. So basically I was on the bus home yesterday when I got the email, and I thought, I kind of already knew it was going to be from Edinburgh because I'd also got this email whilst I was in maths like 30 minutes before. It said something about my Edinburgh application had been updated in my Edinburgh login thing. But to be honest, I thought that was going to be like they needed more information because it said they sent me a message or something that they needed. That kind of hinted to me when I see the UCAS email like 30 minutes later that it's going to be from Edinburgh. But anywho, so I thought I'd just quickly reenact my reaction. So I'm sat on the bus, first years everywhere, all the windows fogged up, it's dark outside already even though it's like 4:30, 4:45 maybe. I've been trying to get on UCAS for the past 15 minutes because I've had no signal anywhere. We've been sat in traffic because the police have closed one of the roads. So I'm sat there, phone, scrolling down, trying to get it to reload. And then I'm gonna cut scene right here. Turn around, show my friend behind me my phone, and then she goes, "Well done!" And then her friend next to her goes, "Oh, well done, high five!" And I high five, and then I just kind of say some things about the offer. Oh, it's ABB, which I'm fairly certain is contextual. A contextual offer to Edinburgh University to study philosophy and psychology. As you can tell, I'm ecstatic. This might be quite unrelated to the video, but I have decided that, well, since yesterday when I was sat on the bus, weary and whatnot, and then I saw the email, and then I'd got an offer from Edinburgh University, I've decided that these offers definitely don't bring me much joy. Like, I feel like before I sent off my UCAS, I thought, because you know you see videos and it's people like screaming like, "Yes, I got in," especially those American ones. But I've come to realise that for me personally, that was never going to be a thing that I was going to do. Like, I was never going to see that I'd got an offer from somewhere and then start jumping up and down. So if you're someone who's so excited for when you apply to uni because you think it's going to bring you unattainable joy every time you get an offer, I think maybe you should reevaluate where you plan on getting your joy from. Because it's really like 2 moments, I smile, and then life goes on, you know, like, not like life goes on in a bad way, but it's like, well, that's great. I might go to Edinburgh. Huzzah, you know? So I got my offer around I want to say like 4:15 approximately on the 18th of November 2025, which is a Tuesday, and it was another fuck ass day yesterday, so do with that information what you will. Joining you live from the Christmas tree because that's the time of year, but basically it's 6:15 on the, I don't remember, Tuesday the 9th of December, and I got my offer for Durham like 3 seconds ago, so it's pretty cool. It's BBB, so that's pretty sick. A reenactment. That was about it. I mean, the tree is pretty cool. Pretty sure. But also I was rejected from Oxford Reject, so just to liven things up for you. Durham. Hey guys, what's on? So it's Thursday the 18th of December. I have basically had I think I've just clocked. So I've had like basically 4 out of 5 of my decisions. I was going to say the only one I haven't had a thing back is St Andrews. So that could have potentially be, it could still be what the UCAS notification was, but I'm fairly certain that I've just clocked that it'll probably just be my rejection from Oxford, which is not as exciting. And I was just going to open it, but then I remembered the whole point that I'm supposed to like film my reaction, not just film me like afterwards, like, hey guys, I didn't get into this one. But yeah, so I got into Durham last Tuesday, and I actually haven't told my mum yet. I've only told 2 of my friends. So yeah, no, it's fucking Oxford, which is annoying. I don't know why they'd have to do. You know what? Fuck Oxford, because why do they like? Because this isn't the first time. It's like, if I'm looking at the notifications now, and it's like I got my place from Glasgow, then I got my application's been updated for Oxford, then I got my Edinburgh one, and then I got my Durham one. Now it's like Oxford, they've already let me know that I didn't get a place, but now they had to like get me all excited that I could have another decision, but instead it's just them being like, you've not been offered a place. I think they need to just use the word, what does it even say? Your application to University of Oxford for psychology and philosophy has either been unsuccessful, withdrawn, or is full. You will no longer be considered for this place. I would say I care, but as I may have mentioned before, I don't. How is it already 3 o'clock? So I'm just sitting on St Andrews waiting for them. Cool. If I go Durham though, I won't have to start school until the 28th of September. Well, anywho though, it does say I've received 4 out of 5 of my decisions now, which is pretty nifty. See you again probably another time. Might be like fucking February or some shit, but bye. So this is me officially finishing up this video because all my offers are in, and it is the 18th of April. So I actually got my St Andrews decision about a month ago or something like that now. So I have been putting this off for a little bit just because I haven't been bothered. I don't care. Oh, so for my final decisions, I was rejected from St Andrews and Oxford, and I got an offer from Glasgow, Edinburgh and Durham. And Durham is my firm and Edinburgh is my insurance. Even though my Durham grade offer was the lowest grade offer, so if I don't get into Durham, I'm actually not getting into anywhere. So that's really great. So excited for that. But it's just, Durham is my top choice, so I'm not gonna put it as my insurance. What if I accidentally get the grades for Edinburgh and then I end up going to Edinburgh, and I don't want to go to Edinburgh, I want to go to Durham. But so I feel like a lot has changed for me since I, applied to uni. Like when I think back to when I was writing my personal statement, I'm not going to say I don't recognise myself, because I totally recognise that is me. Life just feels so different now. Like back then, I actually did apply for places like Oxford or St Andrews, and I was like, because yesterday I actually had the thought in my head, and I was like, oh, I wish I applied to Exeter instead of St Andrews, like Exeter Uni, because nowadays I kind of wish I had another option that was a bit closer to home. Even though I would still choose Durham over Exeter, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm a lot more scared about going away than I was, because I was a lot better off. Well, I mean, around the time when I was writing my personal statement, I was a bit like, I was really fucking stressed. And things weren't great, but they weren't as bad as they have been since I applied for uni and now. So I was like an academic weapon back when I applied to uni, and now I'm like barely getting by. Well, that sounds like that might be a bit dramatic from some people's perspectives, but from my perspective, I do feel like I'm a lot less like academically capable now, because at the end of first year, my grades were like A star, A, B, which is pretty good. With that, I'd be able to get into any of my uni offers, I think. Yeah, because my Glasgow was AAB, And then Edinburgh, by the way, was ABB, and then Durham's BBB, which BBB are the grades I got in my most recent mocks. And I don't know if that's just because I was struggling from the shift from A1 to A2, but yeah, I don't know. Also, around the time of mocks, I was not able to fully function in my own head. I remember my psychology exam, I was just kind of writing. I'd read the question and then I'd just start writing, but I wouldn't really pay attention to what the question was. I've always got an A star in psychology, so this was the first time I didn't get an A star. I got my paper back and I was like, fuck, that is quite not what I wanted to see. But I looked through the paper and I realized what went wrong was my 16 markers. My 16 markers was so bad because I normally get level 4 16 markers. I normally get from at least 12 marks, but in these ones I think I got 6 and 8. The last 16 marker was on OCD, and I recognised I did just forget to revise OCD because in a case of irony, I was too busy trying to wrap my head around depression, because I don't know, something about the way that we learn depression is just so. And then my other 16 marker was on social influence, yeah. So it was supposed to be what you were supposed to write about NSI and ISI. But when I read the question, I completely read it all wrong, and then I was struggling. So that's the one I got 6 marks on, I think. Completely off topic. My point is that I applied to university when I was in a really reach for the stars kind of place. Not reach for the stars, because that doesn't work with the what I've been going on the minute. Lately I've been saying, shoot for the moon, land on the stars, that's not a thing I come up with, obviously, but I'm gonna try my hardest in my A-levels in hopes that I land on the stars being B, okay? I need those stars so that I can go to fucking Durham and just try and get some change in my life, because I just don't seem to be able to make any progress in the current situation that I'm in. I know it may not fix everything. There is a lot in the back of my head saying, I'll go to uni and nothing will change. But the thing is something has to change, because I'm literally moving house. I'm not going to be living with my family. I'm going to be living 7 hours away from where I live now. I'm going to have to buy my own food. I'm going to have to do a lot of my own work. I'm going to have to be honestly tough on myself, a lot. It's I kind of need that. I just need some sort of big change. So yeah, going to uni. But I'm glad I'm not going to somewhere like Oxford, because I know right now I would not thrive. I would literally die if I went to somewhere that was so demanding like that, because it's just not. I crumble so quickly under any sort of demand or pressure, I swear. I don't know, it's weird because sometimes I'm really good, but a lot of the time I'm really bad. I can deal with it in the moment, but long-term stress or pressure, I just cannot make my way out of it, and it's really bad. So I'm really glad. I wouldn't apply to Oxford. I might apply to St Andrews, because if I was doing it now, I mean, because I think I'd switch out maybe Glasgow for No, I'd switch out Oxford for Exeter, because, I just wouldn't apply to Oxford nowadays, because I was in a very different frame of mind, and I did it mainly for my younger self, who she kind of wanted to go to Oxford. I kind of wanted to go to Oxford. And it's when I went to Oxford, I was like, yeah, this is quite nice. But I don't think it was the Oxford aspect. I think it was the, going on a little sunny vacay in a cool city with some nice people for a couple days. I think one of the main things I loved so much about that trip to Oxford was that no one knew me. And even though I was still my little socially anxious self and whatnot, I was able to also be more me than I typically am, because everyone around me knows me. They knew me in the past, from secondary school or even primary school. So I just feel so unable to, it's if I'm I can't act how I feel like I would want to work, you know. But yeah, also I don't care so much about uni. I've been really like thinking I might need like a gap year. I might even not start uni. I've been coming to terms with the fact that I might go to uni and need to drop out. Like, you may be looking at a future uni drop out, okay? Because that's just, my life feels so uncertain right now. And it might just be like a bit, you know, if you're older than me, you might be thinking, oh yeah, I remember the times, like a bit dramatic. But yeah, that's just how I feel. And I can't really do anything about how I feel. I mean, obviously I can, but like, not like actually. I think I shouldn't be so tough and stern. Like, if I need to drop out, I need to drop out. I don't know what would make me want to drop out of uni when I get there. If I get the fucking grades, because God knows I'm not on track to get the grades right now. And my exams start in like 3 weeks, but that's fine. That's fine. If I just can't do it, if I get to uni and I'm so depressed, real talk, if I get to uni and I'm so depressed and miserable and actually just can't do it, then I should probably drop out, or at least, or speak to someone and see if I can take time off. Can you do that? You take like a semester off? Is that an American thing? Have I made that up? You know how like people can get sabbaticals? What's a sabbatical? Can I get that from uni, please? Maybe I can do a first year, take a gap year, and then come back. Because I just don't think it's not worth paying all that money or like going into that much debt if I'm not even gonna get like the full experience out of it, you know? So if I need to, I will. I've also given myself the prospect. If I get to uni, decide I can't think anymore, I don't want to think anymore, I can't learn, I don't care. If I just kind of give up on my brain, I'm kind of debating becoming a firefighter. This is completely irrelevant, but that's just where my heart's at. Yeah, just it would be really physically demanding and involving, which I think is something I could actually do and might actually be beneficial to me, as opposed to trying to make sense of what's going on up here. This is my university application video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you feel uber inspired. Reach for the moon, land on the sun. No, in all seriousness, I think apply wherever you want to apply, and it might change. I'd say if you're applying, just try and really picture what could happen. Most, like, assuming I wasn't going to get into Oxford, which I always assumed I wasn't going to. Some people would like say, oh, like, you'll get in, and then that might have like, you know, misled me a little bit. But I always thought that I wasn't going to get in, which meant that my 4 unis that I applied to are all 7+ hours away from where I live, which I'm fine with, and I was fine with at the time, but I also do think I should have probably chose somewhere a little bit closer to home. So, you know, just try and like imagine if your life switches up between when you apply and when you like would start getting your offers back, and when you're choosing to go where to go to uni. Just know yourself. If you're the type of person who can go through drastic change in those few months, then just kind of reflect on that when you're making your decisions of where you want to apply to uni. And if you're like someone who's quite indecisive about courses, I say apply for multiple different courses, because I still want to do philosophy and psychology. Like, I recognise that when I felt the best in my life was when I was getting into philosophy. I want to go back to that, so I'm glad I'm doing it. It's also like, I'm not really into philosophy at the minute. I haven't dabbled in philosophy for a little while. Well, I mean, I kind of have, but not really. But also, if you don't want to apply for like Oxford or Cambridge, don't bother applying early, fuck that. Give yourself the time to fully like think it over and make the decision. If you're not applying early, then you have like months more. You have like 3 months more to like come up with your personal statement and your application and everything. And don't take that for granted, okay? That is time where you can reflect on what you need out of a university. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me. If you're applying to uni or going to uni this year, good luck. I will see you there. Probably not, maybe not, who knows? Who knows? So yeah, thank you.